Hey guys, it's Erin Wathen, Erin Wathen Wallace. I just wanted to continue talking about the fundamentals of my food plan and why it is so important to actually stick to the outside of the grocery store, not just assume because it's someplace fancy or someplace that says it's healthy that everything you buy in there is a-okay. So you might have heard the expression stick to the perimeter of the grocery store or ride the rails of the grocery store, but not so sure why. No worries, here you go. So if you imagine the traditional grocery store, they're laid out by very smart marketers, and they're almost always laid out the same all across the land. Usually you walk into produce, right? You're all nodding your heads. Yes, we walk into produce. Produce is right in front of you. On the back is usually meat. Yes. And on the other wall, parallel to produce, is usually dairy. That's how most grocery stores are laid out. In the middle is everything processed, right? Everything in a package. So let's go over what is in the middle. What is in the middle? Flour, sugar, Doritos, ice cream, bread, a lot of things that weren't really around 100 years ago, things that jack our blood sugar, things without a lot of nutrition. Now, there are some things in there that aren't that bad, like for example, like frozen vegetables. Sometimes in a jam, we all have gone there, right? No big deal. But as a rule, try to stick to the outside because in the middle, not a lot of nutrition, especially like the cereal aisle. Almost all of that will just jack your blood sugar and leave you hanging by 10 in the morning. Clearly, like paper towels aren't even part of this discussion. Cleaning supplies, whatever. But bread and sugar are things that we have manipulated, like flour and sugar, we've manipulated to being this very intense dopamine hit, which is a pleasure part of our brain that we don't really need. We think we need because when we're kids, they tell us we need like the 4 food groups. They tell us, square meals. We don't need flour. We don't need sugar. We don't need all that stuff. We've just kind of gotten used to it, right? So what do we need? What do we actually need to live life? We need vegetables. We need a lot of vegetables, green leafy vegetables. Potatoes don't count. So ideally you have a lot of vegetables, some fruit in moderation, certain times a day, meaning you don't just eat mangoes all afternoon. Meat, quality meat, don't OD it on the meat like Fred Flintstone style, and dairy if you can stomach it, and high quality fats. So it's really not super complicated, but what happens is oftentimes we get very overwhelmed by all the nutrition information coming at us, right? This week, coconut oil is bad. Last week, it was the best thing ever. Coconut oil has always been fine. Just don't OD on it. Don't just use it without any sense of portion control. Because you see the headline, like coconut oil is the devil, right? And if you look at the study and you see what actually happened, who funded the study, how the study was conducted, you realize, well, there's actually more to it than coconut oil is the devil this week. Eggs were the devil 20 years ago. Eggs are now cool. So most of the things on the perimeter of the grocery store are not the devil, if you want to look in those terms. The things that are definitely, absolutely not going to help your life are in the middle. Marshmallows, not going to help you. I promise. There's not going to be a study tomorrow morning that says marshmallows are the cure to all of your problems. I promise you. And if by some chance tomorrow morning there is something about marshmallows being the cure to everything, then I will be the first person to say I was wrong. All right, have a really good day, you guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye.